cool. Okay, I think we're live.
All right.
Are you warm? Who's warm?
I ain't warm.
It's a little chilly out here today, and a little slippery.
I'm proud of Kimmy being here. I'm telling you right now. I didn't think there's any way. I thought this was Joe
I
alone.
have 2 coats on.
I thought this was going to be Joe all by himself. But she's here. She's a trooper. She's a trooper. Sorry, I had to put another coat on.
I see somebody on there. A couple people.
Hello, hello. Happy Monday.
You have your phone?
I do.
Okay.
It's buried in my layers.
I'm excited about this place that we're at today.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I don't know if anybody's going to get
pumped.
it.
I'm pumped.
But
yeah, there ain't nobody getting
this. I think
this.
it's really cool.
I challenge you, Frankie Long, to get this one. And you know what? This one is gonna be. I can't wait till next week to talk about it. But this one is. I'm even going to give you some hints.
Yeah.
Normally I don't do this.
We're like on the street.
Yeah, normally, and if this falls, it's because the top of my truck is ice.
It's all ice.
I'm going to go around. I'm going to pick this up and give you an idea of where we're at.
Hi, Tracy.
That's how sure I am.
Yeah, we are freezing already.
You're not
We're
going
not
to
freeze.
freezing cold.
We're freezing.
Are we crooked now? I don't want everybody to have to look like this.
Kathy, we miss Kathy. Oh.
That better? Is that straight?
Kathy's back.
Hey, Kathy, what's up? What's up? You ain't getting it either, Kathy. Okay, but
like a challenge.
First, yes, it is cold. Second, kudos to Kimmy for being here because she doesn't like anything under 70.
85. I like 85.
But where were we last week? I don't even remember.
Don't do that to me.
I don't remember. Is anybody on
We
there?
were at the community center, or the convention center.
No, that was the week before.
It was?
Was that last week?
That was last week.
Yeah, that was last week. Man, this cold weather's got my brain not working. Yeah, last week. What a cool. We were at, some of you guys guessed. Do you have who got it right?
No.
She forgot the right. I know Frankie got it right. If you got it right.
Oh, Lisa Towery.
Lisa Towery got it right. And there was a couple people who said Holiday Express. That's half the credit.
Yeah.
We were in the same parking lot.
I think Misty Lyon.
Misty Lyon, I think she got it too. And if you got it right, put it on here and we will give you credit.
Oh, I forgot to look that up.
But yeah, it was the reason I said it was a special place to me is because it's where Light of Hope had their Night of Hope there. And Vessel Church and the United Methodist Church were very involved in that because we just love the concept of having a great sober New Year's Eve. And there were hundreds of people there, and Anchored played music that night, and the Tuckers brought their big sound system, and there was games and artists, and we grew a lot of relationships that night. McDonald's donated all the coffee. It was just really cool, and the convention center gave Light of Hope a great deal on it. So every time I drive there on the way to South Campus, I see the convention center, and I think of that night. It's a neat, special place to me. Special place.
A neat thing that our community has that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. It's a community. It's the old bowling alley, and it's behind the Holiday Inn Express off of Country Club Road. Isn't that what that? Right across from the movie theater, and it sits in back behind, so we don't always know that's there. But so that's where we were, and I was pretty proud of a few people that got it. There was a lot of great guesses, but there was some that got it, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to look that up.
Yeah. Well, so if you did get it and you're on here, go ahead and put it up there that you got. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Houts. There's 2 Kathys on there now. Before we get started on
Hi, Linda.
Talking about Linda, where we're at tonight. Yeah, that's not what we do. It's 30-mile-an-hour winds. We have some stuff we're going to talk about. Some prayer requests. Remember last week we talked about Team Cody. We're still praying for Cody. Kimmy's got. We are now, I think, Vessel Saturday Night Facebook are friends with the Team Cody.
We're on their page.
We're on their page, yeah. And Kimmy's had some conversations with Cody's mom.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep him on our prayer list. We're going to keep talking about Team Cody. So we're going to pray for him here in a minute. but Kimmy's gonna got some information.
Well, I think what I learned about his story, this came from Joe's cousin in Michigan. She knows the family, I think, but
Molly.
But we didn't know that much about it. She just passed that on to us. And then what I found out was that Cody is a 13-year-old boy who, when he was 18 months old, was diagnosed with a rare childhood cancer, and so it was a stage 4 high risk neuroblastoma or something, but he endured 6 rounds of chemo, stem cell harvest, bone marrow transplant, a 14-hour tumor surgery, and 12 days of radiation. This was when he was 18 months old. So he then, in 2011, was declared cancer-free. Cancer victory. In July of 2020, he received another rare diagnosis. A lung disease that usually is reserved for older patients. It's very, very rare in 13-year-old boys. And so now he's battling this. And last Monday, he had a double lung transplant. Mm. And when she said, the surgery went very well. It was like a 16-hour surgery, but it went well. They extubated him once, but had to put it back in because he didn't do very well. There's some problems with his kidneys, of course, your organs, any kind of a surgery that long. But she said that he's getting a little more conscious all the time, and right now he loves holding her hand.
Yeah, wow.
And it's gonna make me cry. Anyway,
making me cry.
I just she also said he loves fishing, which I think
he
is
belongs
really cool.
in Oklahoma.
Oh, there's William. Hi, William.
Hi, William.
But anyway, I just learned a little bit about that family, and one of the things, they live in Michigan. He has 3 brothers. There's 4 children in the family, and the mom and Cody are in Texas. And she said, having to leave the rest of your family for months and months is a really hard thing. So just prayers for them.
So, there's a lot of things to pray for here. We need to pray, obviously, for his healing. He's got a long life and a lot of things to do, and we obviously want his comfort. But we need to pray for his family, for understanding, pray for his family for peace, pray for travel, pray for the doctors to know what to do to help him be comfortable and to heal properly. And to pray for the family donated, the donors of his lungs. They've lost someone.
That was a big
loss. Yeah, that's a big loss. So, and it's going to end up being a great thing because that's what God does. But they all need prayer. And did you say there's a way, because I've had some people ask about giving.
There's a GoFundMe page, and maybe I can post that after this video's over. I really can't do that right now, but
Hi, Judy.
We shouldn't be inside. We should have been.
We do have the right to be inside.
It's really not that bad out here.
Yeah.
I'm dressed warm.
I'm thinking the camera's going to slide off the hood because it's covered in ice. Mm-hmm. So if it falls, just give us a second. We'll pick it back up.
Yeah.
So, and some other prayer requests?
Oh, gosh. There was a whole bunch of them. Let's see. Okay, so Grayson Trammell, Dusty's little boy. Hi, Sierra.
Hi, Sierra.
Prayer request. Yeah.
You betcha.
Grayson Trammell had tubes in his ears today, and I don't know where
Gray did?
He did.
I don't know how I didn't know that.
I saw it on Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I ain't been on Facebook today.
And then Frankie, she's not on here tonight, but she's going to have tubes put in her ears this week. She's having some trouble.
Well, Frankie, you'll probably watch this later, I would assume.
I think it's Wednesday, if I have that right.
We will be praying for you, too. I didn't know that either.
And look at all these kids. Jace, Chelsea Compton's son.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was at St. Francis today. He's got some kind of a tumor or a cyst. That's the word. A cyst on his ear that keeps coming back and it's infected. So prayers for him that they get that figured out.
Kim Holderby. His sister-in-law Margaret is in the hospital for the 3rd time. With COVID pneumonia. Okay, Kim,
and
we got that.
do have some other people with COVID. I know Tom Merrill, which is Nancy Phelps' brother.
Yeah,
and he's
struggling.
He's struggling with COVID. And we said something about Johnny and Jody Williams.
They're still struggling.
They're
getting better. Yeah, but they're still having a hard time.
Yeah, I talked to them today. So just pray for all of them. And then Susan Osborne said that she asked to pray for Billy Pigeon, who lost her sister to COVID, and then her other sister, Tina, now has COVID and pneumonia. So that's a tough one. There's a lot of people struggling right now. And we just lift them up.
Lift them up. Lift everybody up that's struggling with anything. The COVID is obvious. I mean, that's what we're all talking about. That's what our lives have been. Our lives have been rearranged because of COVID. But there's other sicknesses. There's other things doctors and nurses and the smart people are having to deal with on a daily basis. Let's keep all them in our prayers too.
Mm-hmm.
So is that it on the prayers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, here we are. We just got done doing a message this past weekend on broken vessels. It was actually I told everybody at the beginning of Saturday night that it was going to be sketchy. It's going to cut a little bit because, well, yeah, in a different kind of way. Sometimes it's painful because we don't want to hear the truth. At least I don't. We don't want to hear that we need to change certain things. We don't want to hear that we're not living quite the way we're supposed to, or forgiven the way we're supposed to. So sometimes those are that whole Character Still Counts series stepped on toes every night. This last Saturday and this weekend was, it was more looking towards what can be painful and what can be painful in being reformed. I had Kimmy built me another. If you weren't watching Saturday, I have a little clay Joey, and I was trying to make it, and Kimmy yanked it out of my hands and made it, and it turned into a little fat Joey. So we had some conversations about that. Well, she made me another clay Joey. This is clay Joey, and we talked about clay Joey's a creation. Clay Joey has no right to ask me or Kimmy to change his color or to change his height or to give him fingers or complain that he's multicolored because it's the created, not the creator. And this is a great image for me to remember that God's God and I'm not. But we also use this image in this little clay Joey in the fact that when we read in Jeremiah, he's actually talking about the Israel, that he goes to the potter, and the potter's cup his pot wasn't turning out quite the way he wanted. So he crushed it and reformed it. And, when I've got a couple questions afterwards this weekend about, is that crushing painful? Does it hurt? And I said, in a way, yeah, it does. Sometimes being reformed, that's not painless, or it's not really reformed. But it's precious. Being crushed and reformed by our God isn't ugly. It's beautiful. Clay Joey comes out different and is back to where it's supposed to be. But the most beautiful part about that is, it doesn't say he crushed it and threw it away. He doesn't say in the scripture that the clay was bad. Just the form was bad. He can reform us. That's beautiful to me. God, our message was titled the other night, right where we are. When it's cold, my face doesn't work.
So you're numb.
And God, I get excited every morning when I realize God loved me right where I was, and He loved me so much He wasn't willing to leave me there. He crushed me, and He reformed me, and made me better. And that's the case for all of us. We came from dust. We came from dust, and we're going to go back to dust. But in between there, in the time we live now, God can crush you and reform you, and it is precious. So that was it was painful knowing what's coming, but it was joyous knowing what's coming. So that was a fun message. And this week we're going to be talking about something that I'll struggle talking about, is the cross. What the cross means to us.
Touchstones of faith.
Touchstones of faith. It's the last week of that. It's the last week of that series, and it's, I'm going to be reaching out to people and get stories about what the cross means to them.
Or give us your comments. People are quiet tonight.
Yeah, you guys aren't saying nothing. What's going on? Hi, Gloria.
Are you guys cold too?
Yeah, we're out here freezing to death. We expect interaction.
Yeah. And here, Pete, let them see where we're at again.
Yeah.
There's a little.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about this place next week, because I'm telling you, I have lived in Claremore.
Oh yeah, Sierra, we have
I love.
two.
Yeah,
love
we have
the
two,
series.
Sierra. It's been fun.
Are there any guesses about where
I haven't
you
seen
think we
anything
might
about where we are.
be tonight?
I'm
I'm
enthralled.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's we left. Kim must have got off. Yeah, it's too cold. You know, sometimes watching somebody else be cold will make you cold.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, where we at is I can't wait to tell people next week because there's no big stories about this, but it's a really cool thing. And I've lived here 20 years, not too far from here, and I did not know it existed.
Sierra says,
So-
is that a newspaper stand?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad guess. Like I said, I'm so sure nobody's going to get this that I'm giving you hints. I'm even moved the camera around a little bit.
Gloria
Well,
said
thank
she
you, Gloria.
loved
It was.
Saturday
Well,
night.
now
Mom said, "Unwell
you can't
Rocky
ask
Boy."
questions.
Yeah,
You just
I
got to
can
give.
tell.
We're not giving any answers.
You just have to guess.
So this week, please, throughout the week, if you're watching this later, it doesn't have to be live. Put some comments about what the cross means to you. I'm going to have all kinds of different crosses I didn't even know existed. Are you reading these?
Yeah.
Are you guys close to Claremore? Well, that's
It
good.
has been powerful.
That's a good
yeah.
question.
She says Cherokee Street.
Yeah, that's another good question.
I've got some quotes from some people that I
Yeah,
thought were
let's do
were
that. Let's go to the
interesting.
quotes.
Okay, so Karen on the Hill, this was I think it was during Saturday services. She said, "This life was given to me for a specific purpose, God's purpose."
That's right.
She said, "All of us are the broken pieces that fit together for His purpose." I thought that was really good.
yes,
and then
very good.
she also said, I love this, because we're talking about broken vessels, and she said, "I'm working on pouring more sweet cider and less vinegar from my vessel."
I like
and
that.
what
Sweet cider.
what comes out of us is what's in us. And then we were talking about light. I remember Richard Abrams said, "We need to be a road flare."
That's
I was
right.
like, okay.
Try to blow out a
And
road
he goes,
flare.
"Ever try to blow out a road flare?" Yeah, I love it. So anyway, and then John Matlock said, "When you're going to do something, talking about it is good, but you need to put your hands on it." And that's the meaning of witnessing. So that was good too.
Yeah, we call it getting dirty. Hi, Nicole. Sometimes William said something there. Say.
He said, "So they aren't answering. I know where they're at."
Oh, if you do, say it,
They'll
brother.
put it on there.
Say it, brother.
Yeah,
Put it on there,
put
brother.
it on there.
Getting your hands dirty. And again, this week, if you have high tie, is tie on there? If you have some stories about what the cross means to you, if you have a special cross that you use to remind you who we belong to, send us pictures of that. Let us know. I'm going to be talking a lot about different crosses and what they stand for, and I've learned some stuff, like I always do. I learned some stuff today. Hey, Tyler, in the meeting about the different meanings of crosses and what it stands for, and I have in my mind an image of what I think what the cross looks like. Well, there's lots of different ways the cross could look like, but what it stands for shouldn't vary that much. And I'm just curious to see what people say. It's going to be a great message. I don't know about the message, but what I'm talking about is going to be fun. It's going to be fun to learn, and I can't wait for your guys' input. It's going to be a ton of fun. And Clay Joey won't be there, but he'll be there in spirit. What'd you say?
She said the playground on Seminole.
Yeah,
There's
it's not
some
a bad
good
guess.
guesses. William says
Close
there's
to
a
the
library
school.
book newsstand close to the school.
It's a great guess. It's a great guess.
I can't wait to tell you next week.
Oh, I do. This is so much fun. We were actually talking about a series we're going to do this summer that the pastors, we're all going to go to different places in Oklahoma and do this, not to get you to guess, but to write messages on a series this summer. And I'm really looking forward to that, because there's all kinds of cool places in Claremore, but there's even more in the state of Oklahoma. So, yeah, we're going to go to them, and we're going to get pictures and videos.
That's fun.
So it's going to be a ton of fun. Clay Joey is freezing to death. So, because Clay Joey's cold...
What was the question that we had? Oh, yeah. We wanted to ask, do you ever broken vessel?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question.
Sierra said, wait, did you give the answer of where you were last week? We did.
Yes, we did. We were at the convention center.
Yeah.
Didn't Sierra get it right? Or did you say Holiday Inn Express?
I remember her saying, give us more information. The glass doors isn't doing it for me.
Yeah, that's right. That was funny. Nicole and Kathy and everybody's wanting to go with us.
We're going to go with you.
Yeah. Well, if you're willing to go to seminary or bivocational school, you guys are welcome to go with us. More times than I care.
Oh,
how many times you're being broken?
Me too.
Yeah. Life has a tendency to give us cracks in our vessel, but remember the story about the old man that had the clay pot that leaked all the way to his garden. People made fun of him.
I love that.
But they quit making fun of him when they saw all the beauty growing along his path.
Great story.
I just love the symbolism of that. We might be cracked. Matter of fact, I can almost guarantee we are. We've got holes. We're leaking. We're all crackpots. That's what Dr. Ray said. I love that.
Sierra said she couldn't figure it out.
But we're making some beautiful things along our path.
Yeah.
And that's in a way by design. God's patching us up. God's reforming us. God's crushing us and getting us back to where we want. But even when we're out of shape, He never throws us away. He reforms us, and it's beautiful.
But He uses us even though we carry the treasure.
We carry a treasure deep inside.
We have cracks. We have leaks. We are not perfect. But He still uses us.
It meant a lot to me.
That is so cool.
That I meant enough to Him to put that treasure in me.
Yeah.
When He knew how much I was going to leak, but He still put that treasure. And when I surrendered to Him and He decided He was going to remold me, that He didn't throw me out, that I still had purpose, even though I was out of shape a little bit. So many words, and literally. So, speaking out of shape, I'm freezing. So, love that story, Kat. Yeah, I do too. We love you guys. We miss you. We will be back next week.
When the world cracks us or crushes us.
That's a fact right there. It cuts us. Our scars are different, but there's something I said Saturday, and I meant this, is we all got them.
We all have them.
We all got them.
Different places.
Different depths, different cuts, but we've all got them. Is there anything else?
Well, we need to pray.
I'm going to close with prayer. I just want to. Okay,
I think so.
I can't remember all the prayers, but I'm going to pray for specifically Team Cody and the COVID people that have COVID right now. I know we have cousins and sister-in-laws, and Kim, I know your sister-in-law.
So our light still shines through the cracks. That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's still,
exactly.
That's right. And our saltiness can come out of there too.
Oh, and I forgot. Wasn't that you that said we're salt lamps?
I didn't see that one. Salt lamps?
Yeah, because I thought that was great because we were just doing the salt and the light, and it's like, okay, that's what we are.
Yeah. Flavor don't do us any good if we stay in a shaker.
Yeah.
And the light doesn't do any good if we stay in a cave just to light it up for ourselves.
Yeah.
And our vessels may leak, but the vessels still hold a treasure. So I love that. It's been a fun series, and this week we get to talk about really what it's all about, the cross, and what that means to us. So let's pray real quick. How's that? Does that sound good?
Yeah. Okay.
Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight when you're nourishing the earth. Sometimes you nourish the earth in ways we don't really like and understand, but we know you know best. And you nourish us on a daily basis. The skies may be gloomy, but the sun's still there. Sometimes our life may seem black, but you're still there. Sometimes our scars seem deep, and we seem like we're alone, but you're still there. And you form us. You crush us. You make us better. You love us right where we're at, and you love us enough not to leave us there. And we thank you for all that. And tonight we want to lift up Team Cody. We want to lift up this little young man named Cody that's struggling with a transplant and surgeries his whole life. We look at that, we don't understand it. Now, we're not supposed to, but we lift him up. But we also lift up his family, his siblings that have been separated from their mom, the father that's been separated from his son. We want to lift up the people that donated the lungs to keep this young man alive, to give him life, to give him breath, and that family that lost someone. We want to lift up the doctors, the nurses that are struggling to keep this young man alive, struggling to diagnose what needs to be fixed, how they need to fix it, right in the middle of endangering themselves because of COVID. We want to lift up all the COVID cases out there, the people, not just the people that have it, the people that have had it, the people that are concerned about getting it, the cynics of COVID, the people that don't take it serious. We want to lift all of us up. You know, I learned something, or I heard something again today. God died on that cross for me, but he also died on that cross for everyone else, and we want to lift them all up. We want to lift up sister-in-laws and cousins and church members and non-church members and strangers and neighbors and everybody out there that needs hope, that needs a hand up. We lift them all up. And we do all this in your name, Lord. Amen.
Our lights went out.
Our lights went out. Oh,
Yeah,
we're dark.
I noticed it.
I didn't know that. I had my eyes shut. We love you guys. We will see you this Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Come and check us out live. We're also, Jamie and I are going to be putting a video out here in the next few days about Ash Wednesday. We got some opportunities there for you guys to maybe come out and get ashes applied. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, you were going to say something. You should. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
next Wednesday, so we'll talk more about it next Monday, but watch for a video that Jamie and I are going to put out. We love you guys. Guess where we're at, and we'll see you.
You can't see anything.
You can't hardly see me, that's not a bad thing necessarily. So me and Kimmy and Clay Joey are saying goodbye. We'll see you Saturday. Bye-bye.